Today's episode is about someone who is not buried at Mount Auburn Cemetery, but who has left her artistic mark here for well over 100 years. Admired by passerbys and historians alike, Hygeia, carved in marble, stands elegantly atop the grave of physician Harriet Keziah Hunt. Hunt, herself a well-known figure and perhaps the topic of the future episode, commissioned Hygeia, the goddess of health and hygiene, from sculptor Edmonia Lewis for her memorial.
Historian and Edmonia Lewis biographer Marilyn Richardson wrote, "The doctor and the sculptor chose to introduce a woman of ancient power and authority into Mount Auburn's landscape of influence. A woman who, in place of loss and bereavement, they posed striding forth with the attributes of wisdom and well-being."
But Edmonia Lewis's story begins long before her sculpture was introduced to Mount Auburn's landscape. Born a free person in Greenbush, New York, in 1844, Edmonia Lewis was the daughter of an Afro-Haitian father and a Native American mother of the Ojibwe Nation. At 9 years old, both of Lewis's parents had passed away, and she was adopted by her aunts and her half-brother Samuel, where they lived just outside of Niagara Falls for most of their adolescence. Lewis crafted Ojibwe baskets and moccasins to sell to Niagara Falls tourists. During this era of her life, she went by her Native American name, Wildfire.
When Lewis was 15 years old, she was sent to Oberlin, Ohio, to attend Oberlin Academy Preparatory School before entering Oberlin College, which was one of the first higher education institutions to admit women and people of differing ethnicities. Lewis then changed her name to Mary Edmonia Lewis and began to study art. Lewis wrote that she experienced prejudice and racism daily at Oberlin, and one time in 1872 was accused of poisoning 2 of her female classmates. News of this accusation spread quickly through the town, and one night, walking home alone, Lewis was attacked by unknown white assailants. She was badly beaten and then left for dead in an open field. However, Lewis did survive the attack.
After college, Edmonia traveled east to Boston, where she was introduced to many in the artistic community by William Lloyd Garrison, a prominent abolitionist. It was difficult at first for Edmonia to find a sculptor who was willing to take her as an apprentice. 3 male sculptors had already refused to teach her until she came across Edward Augustus Brackett, a moderately successful sculptor who specialized in marble portrait busts.
Lewis crafted her own sculpting tools and eventually sold her first artwork, a sculpture of a woman's hands, for $8. Upon opening her own studio, much of Lewis's work focused on Civil War figures and abolitionists, such as John Brown and Robert Gould Shaw. Lewis also drew inspiration from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, particularly his epic poem, The Song of Hiawatha. She made several busts of its leading characters, which he drew from Ojibwe legend.
Her early success in Boston allowed Edmonia Lewis to travel to Rome in 1866, where she eventually worked her way into her own studio, which also happened to be the former studio of the famed 18th century sculptor Antonio Canova. During her time in Rome, Edmonia Lewis entered the social circles of a number of other expatriate lesbian artists. Harriet Hosmer and Charlotte Cushman, also buried at Mount Auburn, were just a few of the names of the faces she came to know overseas, although not always in a positive way.
However, Lewis continued to express herself and her heritage through her work, particularly in her sculpture Forever Free, which depicted a powerful image of an African-American man and woman breaking free from the shackles of enslavement. Another work, named Old Arrow Maker, depicts a Native American father teaching his daughter how to make an arrow. Lewis often wrote that she enjoyed more social, spiritual, and artistic freedom in Rome, as opposed to the United States. Eventually, her works were so widely successful in Rome that her studio became a popular tourist destination.
Her success continued as she returned to the United States for the 1876 Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia, where she displayed her most famous work yet, The Death of Cleopatra, a monumental 3,015-pound marble statue depicting the death of the famous queen on her throne.
The sculpture depicted the scene made famous by Shakespeare, where Cleopatra allows herself to be bitten by a poisonous snake. J.S. Ingraham wrote that The Death of Cleopatra was the most remarkable piece of sculpture in the American section of the exposition. Cleopatra, as a mythical figure, has long been considered a woman of sensual beauty and intimidating power, two themes that were regarded more as sinful than as aspirational. However, the beauty, the disheveled drama, and the strength of Lewis's work symbolized a departure from this interpretation and offered a direct rebuttal to the Victorian representation of death.
It is also theorized that the death of Cleopatra may have been a response to the hypocrisy of the Centennial Exposition, which aimed to celebrate 100 years of liberty and freedom, but which came at the back of a civil war, a failed reconstruction, and the recent emancipation of an entire enslaved population.
Although there is no conclusive evidence of Lewis's homosexuality, she never married and spent much of her time in Rome among the social circle of same-sex affiliated artists, actors, and writers. Edmonia Lewis died in London, England in 1907 at the age of 63. She is buried in St. Mary's Roman Catholic Cemetery in London. Her monument was restored in 2017 through a successful GoFundMe effort from an East Greenbush, New York historian.
Edmonia Lewis's popularity and influence faded throughout the 20th century. However, people are rediscovering her powerful and important work more and more in the 21st century. Last year, our former artist-in-residence Patrick Gabridge created a series of site-specific plays called the America Plays, dedicated to telling the story of Mount Auburn's notable residents. One of the characters in these plays was Edmonia Lewis. Hi, I'm Corinne Eliconi from Mount Auburn Cemetery. Thanks for watching our video. We're looking to put out more virtual content in the time of COVID-19 so that you can continue to learn about the cemetery along with us from the safety of your home. Thanks for watching, and be well.